Tax season is coming, so let's talk about CPAs. Welcome back to Long Crack, and today you can thank D for the video because he asked, how do I find a CPA and what do I ask them to determine, if they're a good fit, stuff like this. And it's a great question. I love it. So let's get right into it. So how to find a CPA. So I would ask other business owners. Ask other business owners that you know, preferably ask other lawn and landscape company owners in your area who they use. And trust me, some people are going to be very happy with their CPA and other people are not. I know I've had issues with my CPAs over the years, and I've used small firms, I've used large firms, and I have lucked out and I got with a great CPA who did my taxes last year. I'll do my taxes, for 2017, and I'm just feel so blessed for having found this guy because he just makes me feel so much more at ease that I know he's competent. He's on everything and everything's taken care of. I have no worries about the IRS knocking on my door and wanting an absurd amount of money in back taxes, or this didn't get filed, that didn't get filed, whatever. So this is a big, very important aspect of your business, and it is not something you should do yourself. So thanks D again for asking this question. So I ended up actually getting referred to my CPA from my personal financial advisor. I met my personal financial advisor at a little networking educational thing that a local CPA/lawyer put on for small business owners. So we met there, talked to him. He invited me to lunch, went to lunch with him, became a client. And then one day I was meeting with him talking about my investments, and he was like, I was like, do you know a CPA? And he was like, actually I do. And so I called him and met with him, and I was like, this guy's good. And then he has been really good ever since. But if you absolutely don't have anybody to ask, just do a Google search and read reviews, call them, talk to them, get a feel for them. So even if you get referred to somebody and somebody else is talking them up, I would not just take their word for it. I would ask them a bunch of questions. See if you can meet them. A lot of them will allow you to do like an initial consultation for free. Maybe it's 30 minutes, maybe it's an hour, but go in there with a laundry list of questions and just air them out and see if you have a good gut feeling about them or not. So I'm going to leave links in the description to various websites that I found that have an array of questions that you should consider asking your CPA, but I jotted down a handful of them that I thought were pretty important, and hopefully you find value in it. Obviously, I'm not a CPA. Don't take this as legal advice or financial advice or anything like that. I'm just trying to help clarify anything if I can with this video. So something I would ask, and I did ask mine, is like, what types of clients do you work with? It's like you can't just go hire a lawyer for anything. There's family law, there's criminal law, there's, I don't know, I'm not a lawyer either. You know what I'm saying? But lawyers, CPAs, a lot of these like business professionals, they specialize in a certain area. So you're going to want a CPA that specializes in small business and hopefully a service business, because it's going to be different. It's going to be slightly different, and you want somebody that's an expert for your company. Another thing to ask is like, what is like the ideal revenue of one of your clients? So you can kind of determine, am I a good fit for this CPA? If this CPA is like, we deal with $5 million plus gross revenue clients, and you're doing $200,000 in your lawn care business, they're probably not going to be a good fit. Maybe they possibly could be, but I would rather work with a CPA that does small business, smaller business, maybe $100,000 to $500,000 is their average client's revenue, and that would just be a better fit for you. Ask them what kind of software they use, because you could possibly be doing your bookkeeping. Like, I kind of do my bookkeeping myself because it all just syncs with QuickBooks from my credit cards, my bank accounts, Service Autopilot syncs, and then I kind of go in there and categorize stuff. And I personally like categorizing the items in my QuickBooks because I assign costs to crews. So I can tell if one of my crews is spending way more money on gas than they should be compared to the other crew, or if something's off, I kind of, and I can see this crew did this much revenue and this crew costs this much to operate, and crew 2 did this much and cost this much, and you can kind of see like why is there a big difference between net profit in my crews? There's something off there. So I like to do that in-house, because if you have your CPA or a bookkeeper do that, it's going to be very hard for them to know what purchases should be allocated to which crew and such. So just throwing that out there as a little bonus. Ask them how they charge, what are their rates, are they only around during tax season, are they around year round, do you call them, do you email them, how do you communicate, and are you going to get one bill? Like, my CPA just bills me once a year. I talk to him throughout the year and I tell him, like, please send me a bill, and he never does until tax time, does my taxes. And I have like 4 LLCs, so he does all those taxes, he does my personal taxes, and I feel it's pretty cheap. Last year I paid $2,500 for all my tax prep and during year accounting and all that. And with me doing my QuickBooks, guys, just so you know, I don't reconcile mine. I have them reconcile them because I've tried it a handful of times and I can never get it down to balance out dollar for dollar. So I'm just like, I'm so confused, and they do it. They do it so quick and easy. I'm just like, yeah, please do that. What happens if you get audited? That's a big thing. Some CPAs will offer audit insurance where you can pay a fee up front, and if you don't get audited, you're out that money. But if you get audited, you've paid that set amount and you're not going to pay more than that. So that may be something to consider. But just keep in mind, I have never personally been audited, but I don't do anything crazy with my accounting. I keep it very by the book. I don't like taking cash. I don't hide money. I don't try to stick personal expenses on my business account or anything like that. So I'm not worried about audit insurance, but there's something to keep in mind. I'm just trying to throw out things I've heard over the years. Another thing may be to ask who handles your account. Like, if you are going to have them reconcile your account, is the CPA going to be doing that bookkeeping, or do they have a bookkeeper on staff that's going to be billed out at a much lower rate? Because to me, it'd be crazy to pay a CPA's hourly rate to do some stuff that, just one of their staff members could do. So think of that. And then another thing is ask them about their credentials, because like Ethan, his CPA is actually not a CPA. He's an enrolled agent, worked for the IRS for like 20 something years. He knows his stuff, but he's not even a CPA. But I prefer to have my CPA have the CPA credentials, and they're keeping up with their CEUs and everything like that. But it's not necessary. But to me, that's reassuring. I want that, and I will not use a CPA that's actually not a CPA. But just to let you know, it is a possibility, but some of them can have credentials over and beyond that, and maybe for your certain situation, that may be beneficial to you or your company. So maybe you want to seek out a CPA who also has whatever else you're looking for. So that's my best advice. I hope it helped. I got kind of lucky getting mine, so it's hard for me to help. But the other ones I've got in the past from BNI groups, I'm not a super big fan of BNI groups, although they did really help my business get going when I was starting. But that is how I ended up with, all of them before I got referred from my financial advisor to my current CPA. But if you like the videos, please remember to like and subscribe. Really appreciate you watching. And until the next video, keep making money.